to you. My name is Mr. G with the weather forecast for your Monday, February 28th, which will be the last day of February for us this year. So March 1st will be your Tuesday, and in March we see those snowstorms that we're famous for, and I'm going to talk about when we could see the first of those March snowstorms. So right now, let's take a look at the current conditions across the Twin Cities. It's currently 28 degrees, and our dew point is at 22, with the relative humidity stands at 71%. Our winds are out of the southeast at 4 miles per hour, and the wind chill is currently at 21, so absolutely nothing to worry about with that. Visibility is perfect, 10 miles, and our barometric pressure is at 30.12 inches of mercury, and there is our sunrise and sunset, and we are under partly cloudy skies. So here's a look of our Almanac Information. We hit a high of 36 degrees across the Twin Cities today, with a low last night or this morning of 17. Our average is 34 and our average low is 15. We are a couple of degrees above in both areas, so that's really good to see. That's a very positive sign that we're going to have snow. So that is a good sign. That means that we're getting some warm air advection, and we may see that it's probably ahead of a storm system. So our record for this day was 58 degrees in 1987, and our record low was negative 22, and I believe that one was 2016. And here is our precipitation. We didn't receive any precipitation today. Got donutted once again. But our record rainfall for this day is 1.01 inches of rain, and that was in 2019. For the month, we received 0.3 of an inch of rain. If you was convert the snow that we've gotten to rainfall, those Alberta Clippers are low moisture content. So even though we've seen quite a few Alberta Clippers, they don't really have much moisture. So that equates to about 0.7 of an inch. But our record snowfall for this day was 8 inches, and I believe that was in 1984. So it was 8 inches of snow. And there is our sunrise and sunset for this time of the year once more. So let's take a look at our map, and we do have that stationary front across the upper peninsula of Michigan, and it extends into North Dakota and southern Canada, back over into upstate New York, where it's going to send some lake effect snow across Buffalo, which is the usual hotspot for lake effect snow. Cleveland might see some lake effect snow, as well as locations like Traverse City in Michigan, as well as Sault Ste. Marie may see that lake effect snow, and Superior, Wisconsin could get in on a little bit of lake effect snow. And there are some more light snows across northern Minnesota, as well as the northeast corner of North Dakota and southern Canada. Here is a look at what the GFS is painting for Saturday. This is the Saturday. This is at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. As you can see, we're going to have that big Colorado low that's going to come up out of the southern plains and spread northeast across the Midwest and into the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. And you should see that red in there, those magentas. That is freezing rain. So I expect us to get freezing rain on Saturday, maybe a little bit on Friday, and again into Saturday. We're going to see that freezing rain. It's too early to say how much we're going to get, but according to this is indicating that it could be about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch, which is pretty significant for Minnesota. We don't see too many instances of freezing rain. We typically see freezing rain at the beginning of the winter and again at the end of the winter, because those temperatures are kind of borderline, and you have that warm air and cold air playing back and forth, and sometimes that cold air slip in under a layer of warmer air, and rain or snow falls, melts in that warm air to rain. That cold air is right at the surface, so when that rain touches the surface, it refreezes on contact with the ground. Now our roads are treated up here, so it's not really make that much of a difference unless it's really heavy comes down really fast and it kind of overpowers the salt that's on the road, then that could be an issue. But for the most part, it's only really going to be an issue on the side neighborhood roads that really aren't treated with salt by the road crews. So that is what that's going to be. And the other thing of significance with this system, our first real Minnesota snowstorm or traditional type snowstorm, they don't usually have freezing rain, so that's different. But there is the possibility of some thunder wrapping into there as well, especially down in southeastern Minnesota. So if you're in like Rochester, Winona, or if you're in Red Wing, you could possibly hear a rumble of thunder. Maybe even southern Dakota County, Lakeville, you might hear some rumbles of thunder. Not a whole lot, nothing severe, no severe weather, but there is enough instability in the atmosphere to have some convective precipitation, and they may instigate a rumble of thunder or two. So that is a look at what I expect from that storm that's going to affect us starting on Thursday, and it's going to affect us through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. It's going to take 4 days for this storm to completely leave our area. So let's move on to the forecast. Here is today's forecast for your Monday, and we expect partly cloudy skies in Minneapolis with a high temperature of 35 today under partly cloudy skies. And it's going to be partly cloudy in St. Paul as well with a high temperature of 38 degrees. Tonight, we're going to expect partly cloudy skies again with an overnight low of 27. A little bit of clouds in, so it's going to kind of insulate the earth and keep that warm air that we got during the day from escaping out into the space. If it was clear night, those temperatures would be a lot cooler. And in St. Paul, it's going to get down to 26 degrees. Maybe they're going to have a little bit less clouds than Minneapolis. It's 1 degree cooler. But there is usually about a 1 or 2 degree difference between Minneapolis and St. Paul. So let's take a look at what Tuesday looks like. This is Tuesday's forecast. And we can see we may pick up a little bit of light mixed precipitation, a 30% chance of rain snow mix, but it's going to be very, very light. Not everybody's going to see it. It may not even happen. It's a very slight chance, but it could be. There's an Alberta clipper that's going to pass to our north, and it's going to have just enough that it could squeeze out a few flakes across the Twin Cities. Same for St. Paul, and it's going to be about 1 degree warmer with a high temperature of 34 degrees. So Tuesday night's forecast calls for more that chance for that rain and snow mix, or a chance, or maybe all out snow as the temperatures now fall to the 20s. So you're no longer in those low to mid 30s. It's going to be in the upper 20s for your Tuesday night in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and that slight chance, about a 1 in 5 chance of a light snow shower. So here is Monday's forecast for other areas across the Twin Cities: Bloomington, Woodbury, Eden Prairie, and Apple Valley. We're going to see those mid-30s for highs, partly cloudy skies across the area, and overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s. When we get to the north end of the metro, we're talking about White Bear Lake. It's going to have a high of 35 with an overnight low of 26 for your Monday, and partly cloudy skies, as well as in Anoka with a 35 and a 25 for a low respectively. Blaine also 37 and 27. Maple Grove is going to come in with a respectable 36 and an overnight low of 27. Partly cloudy skies for everybody. And here is a look at what's going on across greater Minnesota. The folks in Duluth is going to deal with a little bit of freezing drizzle for your Monday morning, so that commute of I-35 in Duluth might be a little slippery. So please be careful if you're heading to work or to school tomorrow, as you will have to contend with that freezing drizzle. There is about a 60% chance of that freezing drizzle is likely. But the rest of the state is going to be partly cloudy with highs in the mid to upper 30s and lows in the mid to upper 20s. So we got Rochester and St. Cloud all coming in with low temperatures in the mid 30s, as well as Mankato is going to join the party with a high of 36 and a low of 27 under partly cloudy skies. What's new, huh? So we look at other areas. We got Brainerd, which is going to be partly cloudy. They're going to have a high of 35 with an overnight low of 20 degrees. Bemidji, the beautiful town of Bemidji, which may see a little bit of snow, a little rain-snow mix with a temperature of 28. That is going to be the cool spot in Minnesota, at least as far as what I'm covering. So 28 degrees for a high and an overnight low of 12. Moorhead over there next to Fargo, where the University of, which one is over there? Is the North Dakota State University? And I know there's the University of Minnesota in Moorhead. So we have a temperature of 31 degrees with an overnight low of 19 under partly to mostly sunny skies. Faribault down in southern Minnesota, also partly cloudy skies with a high of 36 and overnight low in the morning of 27 degrees. So here's the 5-day outlook for the Twin Cities, and we're going to have Monday is going to be the best day of the 5. So we're going to have 31 degrees for a high temperature with overnight low of 12. Then Tuesday is going to be a cooler day, 23 degrees for a high, 21 degrees for a low. Maybe a shot of snow, a few flakes, but not much to worry about. It's not going to be that. It's going to be mostly flurries. Friday we start to see, so Wednesday and Thursday we start to see the first vestiges of that storm, but it's not going to be much. It's not going to really amount to much. It's really part of an Alberta Clipper for this day. So we're not going to see much. But what gets interesting is we look on Friday and Saturday. Friday, we're going to get freezing rain. So I have freezing rain here both in the evening for Friday and in the morning on your Saturday. Some freezing rain. And if you look here, you see this here? You see these guys here? That is lightning. So there is a possibility of a rumble of thunder in the southern part of the state for your Friday night into Saturday morning. Could see enough instability and convective motion in the atmosphere to produce a few rumbles and thunder and some lightning. So that is not, but the thunder is not really the biggest threat. It's going to be the freezing rain. So, and then on Sunday it's going to start to wrap up as we get on the backside of that low. And on the backside of that low, that cold air comes in where it's a little bit cooler, and those temperatures are in the mid-20s with a low around 13 degrees. And we're going to see some snow, particularly in the morning, but it will kind of break up and move on off in the afternoon. So that is a look at the forecast across the Twin Cities. My name is Dooley Godot, and thanks for joining me tonight. I'll be back later in the week with an update and more weather forecasts. Thanks. So if you want these forecasts, you can follow me on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel. And you can leave your comments in the comment section of what you think of this forecast and of my job and what would you like me to talk about in these weather forecasts. And you can hit the like button, subscribe, and you can share the channel with your friends. You can also follow me on other social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. The links are in the bio, in my description for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.